Hello and welcome back to the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Danny Vittori, and today we have on 3 members from the planning committee for the LCHS 90s classes reunion. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. So first things first is easy. Could you just introduce yourselves and then say actually what class you were a part of?
Sure. My name is Karim Gibson, class of 1994.
Great.
I'm Josh Polonsky, 1996.
I'm Marika Conway, class of 1993.
All right. And this is a unique idea combining all the classes from the 90s. Can you talk to me a little bit about how this idea came about?
Well, we just started talking a couple years ago, but it's probably 2 years into it now, and we started talking about bringing the city together, bringing some old friends together, formulating some good memories, and just giving back to our school. This is also a scholarship fundraiser experience.
Part of the bringing the 1990 through 99 together is back in the 90s, the class sizes both at Lynn Classical and Lynn English were a lot smaller than what they are today. Mm-hmm. Most classes averaging just over 120 or 130. Oh. So we figured bring 10 years worth of that together. You've got about a half a class now, nowadays class size.
I really liked that the years around where I graduated were not very cliquey. Like even though there were groups, there was always a lot of like intermixing and overlapping. And I think that like we had a pretty close class, and I know Karim's class was also pretty close. So I knew that like I was really hoping this would be super successful and that we could all see each other again.
Yeah, being that it was such a small school, you knew everybody in the school, and as you can see, at 93, 94, 96, we all were friends back then and still friends, today.
You all knew each other. And I am curious, how does the planning work for this? Because at this point, people are probably scattered all over. So that's where social media probably really helps you, right?
For
Definitely.
sure.
We all have a busy schedule. We're all 3 of us are parents, and we're all married, so we have a hectic lifestyle at home, but we meet weekly. We meet via virtually, or we text each other, we call each other with ideas, and we just know how busy we each other are, and so we just make awareness of that, but we stay in touch each week and we make it work.
Yeah, you gotta be okay with random time texting or reading an email at whatever o'clock,
Yes, some of us are night owls.
And I gotta ask, what's involved in this? Like there's prom, kickball, it's a whole weekend.
Yeah, Marika brought the idea of even bringing out a prom king and a prom queen. Just keep it very formal. We have a nice setting. We do have photography, and we have one of the best DJs on the North Shore. So it's like a big fun party for the adults.
I mean, I do that. That sounds fun.
And while it's a prom, which was actually by request for quite a few people, and we would love to see the formal wear, like that would be really fun. I don't want anybody to be intimidated by that either. Like, come as you are. If you just want to come in your jeans or you just want to wear a sundress or whatever, just be comfortable.
Be turning people away at the
Don't
door.
let anything stop you from coming.
So that's, what date is that?
July 27th is the formal party, and then the kickball game will be the morning after. So we'll provide drinks and hydration.
And the big kickball game, how is that going to work? How do the teams get decided?
So we thought of the idea of having the odd years versus the even years.
Oh, cool.
And they're going to be differentiated by color. The odd years are going to be green, and the even years are going to be yellow. And we're going to start formulating teams within about a week.
So included in everyone's prom ticket is a t-shirt. And so that's why I'm like, if you're an odd year, you have to order your tickets from this link. If you're an even year. So that's how we've controlled that. And yeah, so we'll have our green and gold.
And can you talk a little bit about pricing of tickets? Is there a deadline to buy them? And how would people buy them?
We thought it might be appropriate to have a 2-week pre-deadline. So that would be this Saturday, the 13th. I think we can probably be a little flexible, but we have a caterer to respect and they have to order. And so we have to make sure. So, anyone who hasn't gotten your tickets.
Yeah, you can order online. As Marika said, we have 2 distinct different links depending upon which class year you are, if you're an even year or an odd year. And that's how you would order order your prom ticket. And the kickball event is part of that as well.
And we are encouraging folks to, mail in the check. We have an address where checks can be mailed in, And a lot of it, we've been communicating a lot with folks through social media, Facebook, and that's been very helpful. So folks know, we just want to make sure that we get on track and make sure folks get their tickets right away.
Would you like to mention sponsorship opportunities?
Sure, we have a few sponsors. We have City Councilor Freddie Hogan has been generous for us. We have an old graduate, Miranda, who's out in Florida. I don't remember her last name right now, but Miranda Cantu. She's a class of 92, and she's sponsoring us with the jersey, with the T-shirts and the visors, and with our banners. So she's going to be, highlighting the event through that way. And then, I mentioned the DJ and I mentioned the photography. So we have a lot of folks who are helping us out.
And those opportunities are still available for sponsorship. And a reminder that we are going to donate any profits we make out of this straight to the Principal Scholarship Fund for Lynn Classical.
Yes, it actually leads me right into this next question about the scholarship. So is it awarded to seniors, I would assume, as they graduate?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's the case.
They're awarded to graduating seniors. So this would be this upcoming class, the 2025 graduating class would be the recipient of this scholarship money.
And the current principal, which is Amy Dunn, who was a classmate of mine in class of 94, she's going to organize the scholarship piece. We spoke about it briefly, and she's going to handle that.
Great. That sounds really cool, and it's great that you're giving back to your community. When you think about it, is there anything you're really looking forward to for that weekend? Any big look forward tos?
For me, just seeing folks I haven't seen in a while. Like Marika says, we all come from a special decade, and I'm hoping to see folks across that decade, that 90s decade, especially folks from the class of 1994, old friends, old classmates, old teammates, and just sharing good memories.
Yeah, I think it's one thing. I agree. I think it's one thing to share a message on Facebook or swap pictures via text or things like that, but to actually get to spend a night hanging out with somebody that you haven't seen maybe in 20 years or longer, it's going to be a lot of fun for a lot of people. Be able to catch up in person has a much better feel to it.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't wait to see who turns out and kind of who you end up vibing with 30 years later. It's interesting.
See if it's any old friends or people you weren't as close to in high school, but now you connect with each other kind of thing.
Yeah, never know.
I don't think I'd be close to me in high school.
And is there a specific reason you chose to do this now? Is this a significant year for you at all, or was it more just the planning came across now?
Well, the idea came around the COVID time, and it was something that I was thinking about because we were so isolated at that point. I said, when this is over, we're going to get together, and we got to come together as friends, as families. So the idea actually came to mind, and we started talking about it more 2 years ago. For me, it signifies 30 years. I graduated in 94, we're in 2024, but I guess it's the timing.
Yeah. And was that similar for both of you?
Yeah, I think so, exactly. It's
about time.
So my class of 96 has never really had any kind of formal 10-year, 15-year, 20-year reunion. So I felt that it was good to get involved, try to get people from 96 there as well, because where we've not had any type of formal reunion, it feels like the right thing to do to try to get people together.
Mm-hmm. My class has had a few. We had a meet up in December. Like I said, we were very close, so it's really nice that even so many years later, we can still sort of get hold of each other. It tends to be mostly the girls, so I would love to see some of the guys turn up. But we'll see.
And you three are the planning committee. You're the main ones who put something together?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of ideas between the three of us. And we've gotten closer over the past couple of months. Like I said, it's a commitment. It is time consuming, but we make it work.
It's dedication, and I like it. You three also, you can tell how much you really love the idea of getting together and seeing some old classmates. And I do have to wrap it up in a moment, but was there anything else that I hadn't asked that you wanted to mention?
I think we'll just want to encourage people to buy their tickets.
Yeah, do it ASAP. Please.
Because the event is coming up fast, and like Marika said, we've got to respect the caterer and get them the number count. So the faster we have those tickets purchased, the more accurate we can be with getting food to people.
And the more tickets purchased, the more fabulous it will be, because I can spend more money on decor.
There
We
you
just want
go.
everybody to come out and just have a really good time.
Yeah.
Talk about,
Yeah.
some memorable
Enjoy that
moments.
360 photo booth.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Just have a good time. That's what it's mostly all about, too.
Yes, all about having fun. And I want to thank all of you again for
Connecting.
coming on to really spread some awareness about this.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course, anytime. And for anyone who is from those classes, the QR code is what you have seen throughout this interview, or you can see it on their website. So once again, I'm Danny Vittori. This has been the Lynn Lowdown, and we'll see you next week with more guests.